If you're watching this video or reading these words right now, congratulations. You're alive, blessed, and in control of your destiny. Think about that for a moment. You have the power to make a difference, not only in your own life, but in the world around you. Complaining won't fix anything. Let's face it, excuses don't get results, and no one's handing out sympathy. It's time to rise up, take control, and focus on what really matters. Taking back control, leadership, responsibility, and real change, the bigger picture. After watching the recent conference in Pacific Palisades with President Trump and members of the LA and state government, I was reminded, recharged, with one clear realization. The problems we're seeing today are rooted in broken systems and misguided priorities. The fires in Los Angeles and other areas, the constant red tape, the liberal thinking that prioritizes regulations over action. It's not just frustrating, it's dangerous. A personal perspective. I grew up in the heart of Los Angeles, near the Palisades, around Mar Vista. I've seen these fires before. The Santa Ana winds fueling destruction, turning homes and dreams to ash. But what's different today isn't the wind or the climate. It's the endless bureaucracy, the unnecessary restrictions, and the misplaced priorities that make it harder to prevent or recover from disasters. Back then, people acted. Communities came together, and common sense ruled the day. Today, we're stuck in a web of regulations that delay action for years. Drying up basins to save a fish or a bird while homes are at risk? Where's the logic in that? The rule of the earth should be simple. Humanity first. The cost of overregulation. Let me be clear. I care about the environment. We all should. But when environmental extremism prevents us from protecting human lives and rebuilding communities, we've lost our way. This is where leadership matters. As Trump said at the conference, cut the red tape, let the people work, let them rebuild. Why can't we have helicopters and firefighting planes on standby during Santa Ana wind events? Why can't we deploy soldiers stationed at El Toro or other bases to assist during disasters instead of wasting time on non-essential tasks? It's not a question of resources, it's a question of priorities. And right now, the priorities are wrong. The role of government. Here's the truth. The government exists to serve the people, not control them. FEMA and other agencies are supposed to provide support, not paperwork. Federal funding should go straight to the communities in need, not get caught up in bureaucratic nonsense. The people impacted by disasters aren't lazy. They want to rebuild. They want to move forward. But leadership at the state and local levels is failing them. Let's call it what it is, a hunger for power. These leaders thrive on control, on telling people what they can and cannot do. They've forgotten who they serve. The bigger problem. Liberal leadership. To my classmates, neighbors, and anyone who supports this type of leadership, I say this: wake up, look around. Gas prices through the roof, homelessness at record highs, fires destroying communities, and nothing being done. Why? Because you've been brainwashed into thinking these leaders care. They don't. They laugh at you while you suffer. Climate change, a convenient excuse. Let's talk about climate change. Is it real? Sure, the climate changes, it always has, but blaming every problem on it is a cop-out. Volcanoes erupt and release more harmful material into the atmosphere than we could in decades. That's a fact. So instead of hiding behind climate change as an excuse for inaction, let's focus on solutions. The Oklahoma example. I live in Oklahoma now, and let me tell you, it's a different world here. When disaster strikes, we don't wait for someone to tell us what to do. We act. We run toward the problem, not away from it, because we know people need help. That's the mindset California needs to adopt. Leadership isn't about control. It's about empowering people to take action. A call to action, California. It's time for a change. It's time to hold your leaders accountable and demand better. Cut the regulations. Prioritize people over politics. And for those of you still clinging to the idea that the current system works, I hope reality wakes you up before it's too late. Conclusion. The life you want, the change you need, and the future you deserve are all within your reach. But it starts with leadership, real leadership. It starts with taking back control and focusing on what matters most, protecting lives, rebuilding communities, and putting humanity first. Let's keep building, growing, and winning together. Stay focused, stay disciplined, and as always, mind your business.